Hello, welcome back to Rainbowfsh. It's finally time, the island is finished, and we're ready to do a complete tour and walkthrough of Rainbowfsh 2.0. If this is your first video with me, my name's Rosie, and about a year ago, I flattened my island. I then took like 4 months off, but I've pretty much been working on this edition of the island for, I would say, like 8 months, and it's kind of like a tropical rainbow theme. Basically, the whole island is documented on this channel, so if you're interested in the specifics of any particular area or build, more than likely you'll find it in the Rainbowfsh playlist on here. So first we're just going to look at the map. Nothing too special. I didn't really take my map into account when I was building, but you can also see my residents. My permanent residents are Clay and Marshall, and then everyone else is just brightly colored and or I felt like they fit in with the kind of tropical theme. So we can go ahead and get started. Right after you leave the airport, we arrive in the shopping district. So you can see we have Abel's here. I honestly always have a hard time decorating Abel's because I just feel like the colors don't go with anything. But I just have some clothing racks, some clothes, a little mirror right in front. I've used this custom bubble path here that kind of leads you all through the shopping district. If you come over to the left, you'll see Nook's Cranny. And then we have our boba shop, Rainbow Boba, and a little ice cream parlor. This was like one of my favorite builds, and I'm still so in love with like all the colors and everything. All the custom designs that I use will be in the description below. If for some reason you can't find something, if you tweet at me, I will do my best to help you find it. Also, if you visit the dream address and you take pictures, tweet those at me too. If you come down onto the beach below the shopping district, we have this little extension of the shopping area, kind of like the sleeping husband section, where you can sort of chill with your boba, put your bags down and your feet up for a while. Then heading back towards the entrance, we have just like a colorful little plaza. If you go over to the right, we have our little gyroid forest, and I did do a full video on this so you can see the whole build. And you can see all the way over there on the right, there's a little island with just a little extension of the gyroid forest as well. And if you come down here, it just brings you behind Abel's. And over here to the right is where my house is, but we will get to that in just a little bit. Back to the entrance and plaza, we have Marshall utilizing our lovely little bridge here. And then of course we have our regular plaza. If you come over to the left, we have just sort of a natural river area. This is one of my favorite little photo op spots. And then you can come down around here. This is another cute photo op. And this brings you behind the shopping district so you can see the little rooftop terrace of the ice cream shop. Then if you go over here, we have a little picnic spot on the beach. If we keep coming over to the left, we have our kind of docks and a little waiting area if you're waiting to take a Cap'n ride. Cap'n has a little turtle friend in case he gets lonely. If we come back up the beach, we enter into our museum garden, which was one of the first builds I did, and it's still one of my favorites. It takes up a huge chunk of my island, but I really love it. It's just got a bunch of flowers and then some art, statues, Gulliver items, fossils, all kinds of stuff, just kind of sprinkled in amongst all the flowers. And then this just comes down the right side of the museum garden and brings you back down to this bridge at the bottom of the shopping district. Up here is my rock garden. And then over to the right this way leads you to the bottom of our neighborhood. So like I said before, Marshall and Clay are my forever residents, so they both have bigger builds for their yard. Clay has this dig site here, which was greatly improved by some of the 2.0 items. We have a little bulldozer in there. We also have the professor's tent. The professor is a resident here on Rainbowfsh. I modeled him after my friend Pat. He just has a tent full of professory things because he oversees all of the fossil finding on rainbowfish. Next door we have Marshall's house, and he is in charge of the post office on rainbowfish. It's a little bit messy. Marshall's a little bit more interested in gossip than he is maintaining the post office, but it is what it is. These bridges just bring you down to resident services here, just for a little bit of context for where we are. And then if we go up to our second story of the neighborhood, I do have the 3-tier neighborhood of my dreams. And I think that's where like most people who found my channel find me from, is that video. So welcome if you're here from that. This is the sort of end result. The second tier of the neighborhood is more like the shop. So here we have Tian Shang's pizza parlor. Then on the end we have Murphy's little bakery, so lots of baked goods and breads. On this side we have Faith's smoothie shop, and what I wouldn't do for one of those colorful juices. Over here on the right is one of my favorite builds. It was initially on the top tier, and it was actually Julia's first, but this is Azalea's flower shop, dramatically improved by the addition of the flower case and greenhouse box items in the 2.0 update. Then on the top tier, the yards are a little bit more natural, and I've customized the houses just to kind of match the color themes of the yard. So on the right, we have Frobert's yard, which has sort of a red and purple theme. Then on the far end, we have Eloise, whose yard is yellow and green. This is Flora's yard, obviously, and is one of my favorites. And then all the way down here is June's house, and her yard's theme is more like yellow and blue. On the right side at the bottom of the neighborhood, we have the hotel. This is the hotel courtyard and entranceway. Welcome to the Rainbowfsh Hotel. In the lobby, you can watch a little TV, get a cup of coffee, you can get checked in, and then some of our amenities include a puppy cafe, a gym, a full-service dining area, cozy sleeping quarters and living area, and a full indoor pool and hot tub with swimwear available for rental. So that's the hotel. If you keep coming over here to the right, we have our little mini orchard. And then as a kind of extension of the hotel and the orchard, we have our little fruit spa with just a couple of yuzu baths. At the very top right, we have a little cotton candy rock, which was just a build I did for fun. Doesn't really fit in with anything else on the island, but that's okay. And then I have the campsite kind of squished in back here. I just wanted it to take up as little space as possible because I just don't care about it that much. There's a storage cabinet and workbench here for when I'm amiiboing people in, just to make that a little bit easier. If you come down this way, we have our sunrise yoga spot on our eastern shore. I made my peninsula into a little painter's outlook here. You can see someone's been painting the view of those rocks. I just have some simple beach filler down here, which was the last thing I did on the island, so that's pretty fresh. And then we have my brother Jay's house here, their head of island security. We can see their office here where they do all of their security business. And then all of their other rooms are basically just all the things they like to do. So here we have their little tarot room. I kind of modeled it after Katrina's fortune tent. Jay is also a writer. This is their study and library. I'm not going to talk about this room because YouTube did not like it when I did it as a video. So I'm just going to let you look at it and draw your own conclusions. Jay is a musician, so I built them a little recording studio. You can listen to their music. It's in my recording studio video, and I will also link their Spotify in the description below. And down here, Jay has this luxurious bathroom that I wish I had in real life. Just simply gorgeous. That's Jay's house. If you come back around up here, you get to my house. And And this is my little yard. I just love how colorful it is, even though you can kind of say that about everything on the island, but I'm still so in love with it. This is my kitchen. It hasn't changed that much since I did the video where I remodeled it. It's pretty much the same, but I'm still really loving it. This is my guest room. This is my bathroom. If you didn't know, purple is my favorite color. This is a new addition to the house. I just got a little inspired the other day and made a little party room, and I'm loving it. Upstairs is my combination art studio and office. A little cramped and crowded, but every space I've ever made my own is like that, so it fits. Downstairs is my bedroom, which I change all the time. So now we're gonna go all the way back up kind of to the top of the island. We're gonna swing around under the neighborhood, back to the rock garden. And I'm gonna follow this little path through here. So we have the dig site on the right and the museum garden on the left. And then if you come through here, we have this land bridge and observation deck. On the right, we have this sort of hidden temple cave kind of thing going on. And on the left, we have kind of a wind field. And then the secret beach, of course, is down here with a little ladder to access it. If you come back around here, we kind of come behind the museum garden and it brings us over to our farms. So I have this little coffee farm here, which is where obviously Brewster gets all of his fresh coffee. I have the coffee plants and all this stuff that takes it from the plant to the bean. And then just a little table and chair so you can enjoy coffee if you're testing it out. On the rocks over here, we have a little reading spot. And then up here is my farm. This is a very loose use of the word farm, but there are a couple crops scattered throughout here. This is the Lighthouse Keeper's house, and we will go explore that in just a moment. But I wanted to have his house sort of on the cliffs in the back in kind of a foresty area. But this is the Lighthouse Keeper's yard, just kind of overgrown. You can only access his house by climbing the vines. He's basically just a grumpy old man. And the Lighthouse Keeper's name is Tim. I modeled him off my boyfriend, who's also a grumpy man. And I'm just gonna breeze through his house real quick. We have his little bedroom over here, his back deck where he fishes. He has kind of a classic attic that's just full of junk. His little kitty coming in the door. And then over here we find out why he's a little grumpy and standoffish. Turns out he's hoarding treasure. This is Tim's treasure room. He may or may not have been a pirate in a previous life. That's the Lighthouse Keeper's house. We better get out of here before he chases us off of his lawn with a pitchfork. We really just have one more little spot on the island. This is the sunset bonfire, just a bunch of mismatched chairs around a little bonfire where you can sit and watch the sunset. And we're kind of at the perfect time of day for it right now too, just as the sun is going down, which is kind of a perfect time to end the tour. So thank you so much for watching this video and all the videos that have led up to this, getting this island together. I am excited and a little ashamed to admit that I have bought another Switch. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is starting the game all over again. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put the dream address up again right here. If you visit and take pictures, please tag me either on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to see them. Again, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.